Cosa for me or just what you do? You just want if you want to have any question, you can tell me.
Hello. Hello. சொல்லுங்க அண்ணா என்ன செய்ய ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணவா எப்படி ஓகே உங்க ஆடியன்ஸ் நான் பார்க்கலாமா இல்ல நான் சும்மா பண்ணவா
Screen is this one. We will explain it.
என்ன செய்ய
ஓகே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க
நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றேன் ஓகே okay yeah my name is Ahmed. Currently staying now in Sri Lanka. I'm on vacations. I will be returning on next week, so we can start our physical class from next week onwards. So since we scheduled our class to start on this day, so therefore we're going to have online sessions today. Then from next week onwards, we can start our physical classes on our institutions. I hope you are everyone there able to hear my voice. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about with you Revit architecture. So in Autodesk, the one of the product is Revit program. So using these Revit programs, we can create several engineering drawings, such kind of architectural drawings, architecture drawings, and you can prepare structure drawings. Structure as well as what MEP systems, as mechanical, electrical, plumbing services. You can install in a one platform. So that's a platform we call it Revit. Using this Revit program, you can create these engineering drawings or these disciplines as you can create it. And recently they introduced infrastructure as well. So infrastructure also they introduce it. Now you are able to draw infrastructure drawings as well as in the Revit programs. So there are several other programs out there, to help out with this Revit programs. We are using Navis programs, Navis Work. We call it Navis Work, which will help us to make a coordination drawings as in the construction industry. And also there are some other civil engineering programs are available, civil 3D programs, civil 3D programs, and also infra work is there. Infra work is one of the program which is introduced by the Autodesk programs. But anyway, we're going to talk about in the building construction basis. So building construction basis, we are using a Revit programs. So Revit is completely 2D and 3D based program. But before the introduction of the Revit program, we were using a AutoCAD. AutoCAD is the application we were using. There we were producing only what 2-dimensional drawings. But when it comes to Revit programs, we can create a 2D as well as 3D 3-dimensional drawings, both in architecture, structure, MEP, and infrastructure drawings. So it became very easy. It became very easy once the Revit program is introduced. So there are several versions in the Revit programs. There are several versions. The latest version of the Revit program is 2024. Is recently Autodesk companies released it. Anyway, I'm going to use a version of here, Revit 2021, but it's still industry recognized version. Industry recognized version is Revit 2020. 2020 is the mostly recognized program by the industry. Most of the companies is using 2020. Only the problem is, why the companies doesn't use the latest versions. If a project is started with a new, with one version of a Revit program, let's say a company, a company or a company has started the construction drawings in the Revit version of 2020, and the company will not upgrade into the latest version until the completion of the project. The reason behind that, you cannot degrade it. You cannot degrade. You cannot degrade it. You can upgrade it. You can upgrade it. Upgrade. Say if you are using a 2021 or 20, and if you want to upgrade your project file into 2021, of course, it's possible. It is possible. Yeah, it is possible. Possible. If you want to upgrade from 2020 to 2021, it is possible. But if you are using 2021 and you want to degrade into 2020, but it is not possible. It is not possible. It is not possible. Therefore, most of the companies, if a project is start with a one version of a program like 2020 or 2021, so until the completion of the project, they won't upgrade into the latest version because they cannot degrade back. So therefore, they will be always using a particular version. But that's why the industry recognized version is what 2020. Anyway, the latest version of the Revit program by the Autodesk company is 2024. Anyway, I will be introducing in 2024. I also have a 2024 in my PC also. So I will explain you the comparison or differences between the current version and the latest version of 2021. Minor differences are there. So I will be introducing them later. So today I'm going to talk about with you Revit architecture. Revit architecture program. So I will be introducing things in the architecture. So let me introduce about the applications here. When you open the Revit program, you will be notifying here. You will be notifying here the title bar, which is Revit programs, and we have a welcome screen. In the welcome, this is your welcome screen. Okay, this is your welcome screen. In the welcome screens, you have some options like model families and recent activities, and also you have the recent file which you open here from the models and families. Otherwise, if you don't want, you can skip that. You can skip it, and you will have a file menu. So this is your file menu, something like that. you know, if there is anything is not open here, you can see that the complete ribbon, the ribbons, which are the ribbons, which is architecture, structure, steel, precast, systems, and so many menus out there. No, these menus are grayed out. Grayed out mean you cannot open it. You cannot open it because the reason is there is no current file here. So this is we call it menu. This is we call menu. So we have a individual menu for every system. So as I said, for the architecture, it has its own systems, ribbons. It is having a for the structure. It is having for the steel. It has for the MEP, HVAC fabrications, plumbing and piping, electrical, and several menus out there. So this is we call ribbon. This is we call ribbons. And below the ribbon, you have an empty area. So when you open a new file, you will find out some options as there, the graphical area, working area. So let me now will teach you how do you open a new file in Revit. So in the Revit, to open a new file, how do you open a new file? So to open a new file, you'll go to file menu. So in the file menu, you have a new, and here we have some options as here. If you notice that in the create a new file, we have a project and we have a family, we have a conceptual mask, title block, annotation symbols. So I'll be introducing the balance of these families and conceptual design, title block creations and all in our maybe after the 10th class, I will be introducing these. What are the usage of these? I'll be introducing it later. So for the time being, we're going to use what project? How do you create a new project? So to take that file, go to file menu, you'll go to what project. The same option, you can find it from your welcome screen as well. In the welcome screen, you take a new here, that is option is coming here. So you can take it from the welcome screen or as what? Go to the file menu and say new project. So you're getting the same dialog box, is a new project here. So in this new project, you're going to create a new project, so not the project templates. So I'll teach you this one, what is project template later. So when you open a project, you're going to open as a project, not the template. So I'll tell you this one later on our class about the how do you create a project template right now. Well, later. Anyway, now you have your new project. In the new project, you have a template here. Look at that file here. It's a template file. There is a template file. It's given a metric architecture. Maybe your Revit program have a different options here. So no worry about it. I will tell you why your one is different than mine. So nothing but it's like what the template browser is here. If you go to template browser, you may have a template browser here, something like English. Maybe you have a English Imperial or English or whatever it is. Maybe if it is Imperial, you may have an Imperial sometimes. You may have an Imperial. If you have an Imperial, just click on one side, up one level, and you may see that now English here. English is actually it's a millimeter. English we call it millimeters, and English we call this Imperial. Actually, it is inches. We call that inches. Call it inches. So if you want to draw drawings in inches, you have to select Imperial. And if you want to do drawings in millimeter, you have to select English. So anyway, I'll select the English here. You may see that there are several templates out there. See that several templates. The one is a commercial template, conceptual sketch, constructions, and default matrix. There are several templates are there, So if you use a default metric, that is what we call it architecture. This is we call what architecture. So this is we call architecture, and this is we call what architecture. So this is we call architecture. So if you want to draw any architectural drawings, you always choose what default metric. If you want to use any electrical drawings, you have to select electrical template here. If you want to use mechanical drawings, you have to select mechanical template. For the plumbing, you have to select plumbing templates. Or if you want any structural drawings, you have a structural drawings, something like structural drawings. You can use them. This is for the structure. So the Autodesk has given the sample templates here. So that's the template you have to follow it to prepare your drawings. So how do you do that? Go to file menu, you'll say new project. when you take a new project, you may notice that there may be some list here. If there is no list here, don't worry. Just go to the browser. When you go to the browser, make sure you are looking in the folder of English. English is what, millimeters, or we call it US metric. US metric also sometimes. So some of the versions may have a US metric. So you can select the US metric here, which is going to be English, and then select as what? Default metric. Default metric. Remember, the default metric is the one architecture. This is architecture. So to select the default metric and say open, make sure the name which you selected here is the default metric and say OK. Now we have opened a new architectural file. That's how we open a new architectural file. So to open a new architectural file. So let me do it quickly again. I'll close them. So finally, one more time, I'm going to show you. Go to File menu, New Project, and you will choose the Browse button. And in the Browse button, make sure you are in the folder of English folder. If you are not able to see this folder, just go one level up here, and you can choose your languages, which language you want. Actually, we are using English. So select English. English is a metric. Metric mean millimeters. So you will select the default metric is for what? Architectural drawings. So select it and say open and say OK. So once you open a new file, you may have a to title, you may have something like that, like this. You may have it like this. So let me show you. Okay, you may have a tool plate like this, which is properties and project browsers. Properties and project browsers. So these two are very important plates. These two are very important plates, which is the properties and the project browser. So in our complete training program, we will be using this one most of the times. Is the properties and the project browsers, we mostly using these two plates. Therefore, these two plates are very important in our program. So therefore, you can fix it anywhere you want in your screens, whether either you can have it your left hand or right hand, wherever you want. I always like in my environment, I want to keep the properties here and the project browser on this side. So, in this program, you can drag and drop and fix it. You can adjust it as the way you want, no problem. Wherever you want, you can keep it. Remember, these two project properties and the project browser is very important analysis we time to time use in our programs. Anyway, if mistakenly you close this, because of your mouse click, you suddenly just clicked it, but it disappear. It's disappear. So if it disappear, nothing to worry. You can go back to the view menu. In the view menu, we have options here. See that user interface. We have options in the view menu. View menu. Go to the view menu. User interfaces. In the user interfaces, you can choose from the menu whatever you want. Like it's going to be project browsers as well as what it is properties. When you tick it, it automatically comes in. Anyway, this is the method. If in case you lost these project browsers and properties in your screen. Finally, you have a one tab here. This is the tab which indicate you are in the level 1. You see that the level 1 here and the level 1 here is bolded. You may see a difference here when comparing to this and this. This level is bolded. Why it is bolded? You are in the current view. You are in the level of level 1. See, for example, when you double click on in level 2, it becomes bolded now, meaning that this is the active tab. We call active tab. This is inactive. Or you can select the ceiling fan, it becomes active tab. These two tabs become inactive. So you can close them time to time. You can but you can't close completely. At least one level to be there. So you can't close completely. If you close them completely, the file going to disappear. So at least you need to keep one tab there. So use metric again. I open a new use metric. So you need to keep at least one tab. So at least one tab you need to keep it. This is very important. Anyway, there we have 4 icons here. There are 4 icons. These 4 icons indicate the elevations where you can see these elevations here. So it is going to be east, and that's going to be north, and this is going to be south, and that's going to be west. You know, these elevations is indicated. So you can keep these elevations. And there are some other, you know, legends, schedule, seat, families, groups, Revit links, some other menus also we have it, but I will introduce them later. Anyway, so in this site, you have a properties window. So anything that you select here, the property will show you the property of the object. So currently, we are in the floor plan. You see that this is our floor plan. This is our floor plan level 1. It's going to show you all the property detail here. In this property details, you may notice that it is saying discipline is architectural. It is an architectural drawing. So therefore, the discipline it shows we are using an architectural drawing template. Therefore, the discipline it says is architectural. Okay. And if you look at your view scale, current scale is we are using 1 equal to 100. And that's the one shown also here, 1 equal to 100. This is actually, we tell them completely a status bar. This is, we call that status bar. We have a scale here, detail view. There are visual styles, and some other options are there. I will teach you that one later. This is basically I introduce the environment. Okay. So what did we learn right now? So we understood that how to open a new architectural file. Second, we gave a small introduction. So introduction to application environment. Application environment. Okay. Okay, now we're going to learn about the plates. So if you look at the architectural ribbons, so if you look at the architectural ribbon here, so in this ribbons, we have some panels here, which is a build, circulations, model, room and area, opening, something like that, datum, and workplace. So we have some the sub panels is here. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you about the datum here. Datum. The first thing is I'm going to teach you datum. So datum is like what? Grid. In datum, there are 2 options are there. If you see that there are 2 options in the datum. One is a grid, another one is what? Level. But if you look at this level, it is becomes actually it is inactive. It is inactive. If you take this one, this is inactive. I'll tell you the reason why it is not why it is inactive, but this is active. This is active. See that you are able to click. But if you click here, it's not working. I'll tell you the reason why it's not working. But first we will learn about what? A grid. So grid is nothing but is usually placed as a column grid in the building designs. So we place the column grids in the building designs. So which help us to make what for the columns to make a grid. So using these grids, you can prepare your grids here. So bring your grids. When you click on the grids, and you'll get a special ribbon here. The ribbon name is place grid. Special ribbon here. You got a what? Special ribbon. The name of the ribbon is place grid. And here there are some options here. See here. modify or replace grid, there is given an offset of 0. So let us keep that offset is 0. Also, we have an option here is what row. In the row options, we have a line, arc, polylines, we have it. And also we have a segments. And other than that, we have some modified toolbars, which is copy, move, rotate, something like that. So these menus, you always get it for any icons, but this is for the especially for this grid. This is especially for this one, but this one is always come for any commands. And we will close them. We'll take them back. So when you click on this icon, you will get a special ribbon here. Using these ribbons, you can bring your grids here. Okay, what I do it, I'll take the line command. Using the line, I'll just start clicking on point and just draw like that. It automatically places the grid. The grid number is 1. See that? The grid number is 1. When you bring your cursor again, when you bring your cursor again, it shows you another grid. Also, you can place another grid here. So where I can click the second point, when you bring your cursor here, you can notice that there is what one tracking point is coming, or intersection point is coming, or extension, horizontal and extension point is coming, like that. So you have a third point, so you can place third or a fourth, something like that. Now just to place them. And if you want to paste, if you want to place what vertically, also you can start from somewhere here, and it's going to be vertically. But when you place vertically, you're going to have it like one, rather having a one, or sorry, numbers, you're going to have a letters like A, B, C, D or something. So to have an A, B, C, D something, you can escape your command, escape, and you can see that now your cursor looks like what arrowhead, your arrowhead cursors. So that time just click on this grid. Actually, when you click one time, it's a selection. If you click a second time, it is editing. Let me tell you that one again. So when you select an object, the one click is a selection and second click is edit. To edit this text, you have to select it and second click is edit. There you can change your number to the letters, like for example, A. Now it is A. It is A. So if it is A, when you continuously draw a grid from the datum toolbar, you see that. And when I click it here, it's going to take the next letter is B. So it automatically takes the next letter as B. And say, it's like, for example, C. So it takes it C. So whatever the numbers or characters you assign, it's going to come like that. For example, the next letter, if I assign it if I say, for example, I'm going to change this one into, for example, H. I'm changing into H. So the next letter will be I. Automatically, the next letter will be what? I. So it takes the next letter of your previous grid label. So the grid label, the last label was H, therefore it took us I. So either you can change your letters into the numbers or number into the letters. So the grid labels shows in only in one direction. So if you want to show in the both directions, you can select your grid using this show bubble icon here, show bubble icon here. You can enable them to appear in the both sides. So you can enable like this to appear in the both sides. Also, if you want here, you can enable it. So this is how you can enable your bubbles in the both directions. So I'll just label them. So this is the method to create the grids. And within these grids, you can enable your dimensions. So I'm going to show you how do you create a dimensions. So the first command we learn it how to create grids. So the grids you can find it from datum menu. So architecture. So architecture ribbon. So architecture ribbon. So it is on the architecture ribbon, and there you can find it. Datum. So it is on the datum tab. It is on the datum tab. And then you can find out what grids. There you can find grids. Now, how to place them? How to place dimensions within grids. So how to place dimension within grids? So to place the dimensions, we have an annotate ribbon. If you go to here, annotate ribbon, you see that we have annotate ribbon, or you can find out this is a dimension. Shortcut menu is here. So shortcut is the click menu is there. Either you can click here or go to dimension. You can find out the align dimensions. Align dimensions, or we call it directly from here. Either you can click this icon or this one, no problem. So take it from align dimension. So in the align dimension, you notice that this menu has a shortcut here. See that it has a shortcut. The shortcut is not given here as D. Maybe in your computer, it may looks like what DI, maybe DI. So meaning that these shortcuts is you can customize it. I will teach you how to customize your shortcut keys of your Revit shortcuts. So you can customize them. I'll show you how to customize them. Okay. So now let me take this align dimensions. So when I bring this one, you may see here another additional ribbons is placed it. Either you can use your align, linear, angular, or you can time to time change your patterns of your dimension style. So I'm using align dimensions. When I bring my cursor, I have to select it and click it here. And I get the dimensions. See, I got dimensions. Individually, you can place your dimensions like this. Or continuously, how can I do the continuous dimension? It's very simple. I delete it, select and delete key. This time I'll take it from align dimensions from here. If you want to place a continuous dimension, just click it and click again, and don't click in the middle. Click the next one, click the next one, click the next one. And finally, you can keep it somewhere, anywhere here. So it is a continuous dimension. It's a continuous dimensions. Likewise, you can do the continuous dimension for here also. Go to align dimensions, click the first line and second line, third line, and keep selecting it and just place it wherever you want. So it has a dimension now. So there are dimensions which is 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 5,000, something like that. But you know, you can customize these dimensions. Let's say you want to have it a 5,000 here. The dimension between this and this, you're going to have it like what? 5,000. You want 5,000 then? So how can I customize this? So you have to select what this 4,000 for this one. No, to move this one into another extra 10, 100, extra 1,000, then you have to select this grid. You have to select this grid and type it as what? 5,000. Then it moves to 5,000. It moves to 5,000. Let's say you want to have the distance between this and this 3,000. Then you have to select it as one. Say what? 3,000. Then it becomes 3,000. You want to have it like 6,000. Select it and type it as what? 6,000. And you want to have it like say 8,000. Then select it and type it 8,000. Say this distance you want to keep it as 4,000, select it and type it as what? 4,000. So you have to choose the right grid, Now say you want to keep it like in between this, you want to have it like 6,000, select it and type it as what? 6,000. And you want to have it like 4,000, so you can type it as 4,000. Okay, twice. And still you think that the grid looks like too long from the last one, you can select it, and using this bubble here, you can just drag it. Now the complete dimension will move on. And you want to move with this one also, select it and move a little bit. Okay. And you want to move your grid a little bit out here. Okay, out like that. You can move your grid like that. Select it and move. Mhm. So this is the method adding the dimensions to the grid. So I just explain you how to place the dimensions within the grids. So within grids. So for this one, you will go to what? Annotate tab. So it's going to be in annotate tab and you will select align dimensions. So you have to select align dimensions. So using these align dimensions, you can what? Place your dimensions within the grids. So after that, if you want to adjust the dimensions in between them, you have to select the proper dimensions. I will teach you how do I customize this dimension size and height and all in our coming classes, inshallah. I hope everyone can able to understand me what I'm trying to explain you. Since it is online sessions, because I cannot verify you people are able to, you know, able to do it this one practically there. If you have a doubt, you can take your mic and ask again. With me, I will explain one more time, no problem.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
One more time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. Please, the properties, how you brought it to the screen and the view all the project browsers, how do you bring it to the screen?
You mean how do I take these project properties and project browser in case you lost it?
Yes. No,
Yeah,
even from the onset, how you brought it to the screen.
okay, let me take again. See here. I'll go to which is gonna be view menu. Okay, let's go to the view menu and user interfaces and project browser. And I had a property. Your problem is maybe how did you move this one, isn't it? Maybe your one looks like here, like maybe something like that. No. Is that your screen is like that?
I've been trying to, I lost it to bring it to the screen because I'm coming.
Okay. So if you lost it, is nothing but just go to the view menu. In the view menu, you can go to user interfaces, user interface, and you can find out the project browser and the properties here. These two is very important for us right now. So when you click it, it will come. If it is unticked, you will not see them. So therefore, you have to make a tick and you will be able to see them. So if this screen looks like this, for my convenience, I'm taking it out and placing it in my right side. And using this arrow here, I'm just making it reduce. Using this arrow, moving a little bit, narrow it. Kind of.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Please come. This
Actually,
is
it's saying you can go
view
view,
menu.
then here.
Yeah,
Using
you
the-
can hear. I
Then
hope okay.
property.
You got it.
Project browser, then you click here again, then the property. Just click, so it will upload. So you can drag if you want to drag something, you can drag and keep it wherever you want, you can just keep. Yeah, drag here. This one. And this one you can just drag. Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, I have one question. You're showing the dimension, right?
Yeah.
So how we can exit that command? Why? Because in AutoCAD normally we are just from one point to end point we are clicking and we just escape. It will automatically come when you click. But here when I'm clicking, so how I can out of this command? Why? Because when I'm clicking, it will continuously going showing the dimension only, but I cannot come outside this command. So can you
Okay,
please
let me
explain
show you
again?
one more time here. I'll
Okay.
click on the dimensions. When I click it here, I just clicked it.
Okay.
And to stop the dimensions, you have to click on the screen and
Okay.
use the escape key to get out of it.
Okay.
Escape key.
First we need to click and we can escape, huh?
Yeah, let me do it one more time. Take your dimension, see here. First one click and second click. And you think that only one dimension you're going to have it, just place it first. This is the method of placing. And then you will use the escape key to return to the normal arrow.
Okay.
And see, if you want to have a continuous dimension like this, if you want to have a continuous dimensions like this, what you have to do is go to the dimensions, click and keep selecting the object. Keep selecting the object. Finally, click on the screen where you want to place it. Then escape key.
Okay.
And you want to delete these dimensions, select it, use your delete key on your keyboard. Using your delete key on your keyboard, it will be deleted.
Okay. I got it. And the edit one, you can just show me once again. Why? Because when I'm editing, it's showing some open one new tab. So can you show me how we can edit this one dimension from 4000
Okay,
to
let me show you. Say here. Now the dimension between the I and H is 5000. Say I want to move this one into 3000. The gap I want to have it as 3000.
Okay.
But I don't want to make any changes on this dimensions. These dimensions should not change. Should not change. It should remain 3000, 6000, and 8000. But I want to move the gap between the I and H should be 3000. So tell me now which I have to select, whether I or H to move the dimensions. So I have to select the I, not the H. See, if I select the H, if I select H, okay, if I select H and I select it as 3000, you enter it, you notice that it will be changing now. See, it is changing as 5000. My requirement is should not change. It should not change then. So therefore, I have to select what? I and then type it as what? 3000. So notice that these dimensions will not change. It's changing into 3000. Remember, if you are trying to edit this one, you will get a dialog box like that.
Yes.
So, yeah, you should not click on the dimension directly. If you want to change the dimensions, you have to click on the object first and then click on the dimensions. Then only you are able to edit it.
Okay.
If you don't select the object, of course, you cannot edit the dimensions. See, I don't select the object, but I'm trying to click on the dimensions. No, it will not work. So select the object and then dimensions. Select the object and dimension. Select the object and dimension. Something like that.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope it's working.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Now I faced difficulties on the properties. On the
Okay.
properties, I mistakenly pressed a button and it disappears. So what I can only see now is level 1. So I want to bring these properties back to the screen. Like when we
You are
have,
able to see only, you
like,
are only able to see the project browser. You
no,
can't see this property.
now all disappeared.
All disappear.
Yes.
So have you gone to the view menu? Go to the view menu. Okay, view. And did you find the user interface here?
Okay, view.
Yeah, on the user interface. Can you check is there is a tick on this?
Now
On two of
I've pressed more. I've gone to view, but nothing more. Nothing.
Actually, you are
Mm.
so we cannot see which one option you are selecting.
When you click it, just give me a one word. Are you able to see the tick there in front of your project browser and the properties, something like this? Same like that is ticked or is empty?
Come, then you need to keep browser. It will come.
It's okay. Now I got the help from.
Actually, your screen is there, video screen is there. That's why we cannot see which one option you are showing.
Okay.
Right side,
Maybe.
your screen is there.
How do I get this one to come back?
This one.
So you solved the problem?
Yeah.
Okay. So someone asked me about how to add an elevation tag. No, inshallah, on my sessions there is a topic which is annotations. Okay, during my annotations lessons, I will teach you about how to do the annotation for any kind of a modeling objects or a title block or something like elevations. I'll show you how to do this annotation. There will be a session for us, a separate session which talks about the annotations. During the sessions, I will teach you this elevation tag.
Okay.
Okay. So with this, I'm gonna move on to the next one. To the elevation area. Let me go to the one of the elevations here. Go to the elevations. So you can see that there are two elevations, which is level 1 and level 2. You can notice that the height of the elevation is given for the level 1 is 0, and the height of the elevation for the level 2 is given as 4,000. So this is our grids that you can see our grids here. This is our grids. So I'm going to show you how to create or how to add new floors. So how to add new floor. So this topic is to show you how to add a new level, or we call that floor. How to add new floor or new levels. So how to add them? So you have to go to the one of the elevation. You remember when I was explaining in my architectural tab, I was telling that the level is inactive. No, now it became active. You see that it became active. So the level icon will become active when you're on the one of the elevation only. If you're on the floor plan, it will not become active. See that when I come into the level 1, it become inactive. But when you are in the one of the elevations here, it becomes active. It becomes active because levels as you can draw only in the elevation. That's why the floor plan became inactive. The floor plan, the level became inactive. The reason behind the elevations is you can draw it only in the elevations. So therefore, the levels you can draw it on the elevations. So I'm in the elevations east here. So I have a level 1 and level 2. If you want to draw one more level, no problem. What you can do is just click on this grid and just see. I'm clicking on this grid. You see that there is a circle here. In this circle, hold it and move it. Move it. And then click here. Now you think that the level also you want to move it, select it. Using this icon, just move them outside. So this is your level. And to draw one more level, you will go to the level icon here, level icon, and bring your cursor. You see that you're getting a dragging lines or extension lines is here. So click on the where the extension shows you, and then place. This is your level 3. This is your level 4. This is your level 5. likewise, you can keep growing your levels as here. So I have how many levels here from level 1 to level 5. So here also you can adjust your dimensions. You can take your dimensions here. See that I take my dimensions. From here, I place the dimension. I place the dimension. So I have a dimension. Just place it. And you're going to have this one as 3,600. Then from here to here, you will select this one and type it as 3,600. And you're going to have this one also is 3,600. Type it 3,600. And you want to have this one also is 3,600. Select it 3,600. So this is how you can adjust your dimensions. So let me move a little bit up. See here, I place the dimensions like this. So when you make adjustment between the height, it automatically plays your height. Now 4,000 plus 3,600 is 7,600. 7,600 plus 3,600 is 11,200. 11,200 plus 3,600 is 14,800. Something like it. When you add the level height here, it automatically increase your elevation height here. So I have done from the east term. You know, when you add your levels is automatically you will have your floor levels here. You had a level 1 and level 2 earlier. Now you're having a level 3, level 4, and level 5. Even for the elevations too, you are getting those levels as now. So this is the method creating a new levels. This is the method.
Excuse, please, can you please remove the screen from where we have the project browser? Because all what you are doing there, we can't see it.
This project browser, you can't see it?
Yeah, we can see it because already the screen is covering it.
Your screen is out of area, huh? You mean, shall I keep it here then? This area is convenient for you? Is able to see?
I already moved.
This one? Huh?
It's better.
Yeah, okay.
This side is okay for you?
Yes, it's okay.
Hmm.
Then
Okay.
please repeat the levels, how you introduce the levels.
Okay, let me delete this one. I'll delete all these levels. Okay, there is no more levels. We had only 2 levels. I delete them. We had only level 1 and level 2, isn't it?
Yes, but how was this level 1 and level 2 introduced?
You mean how this level came here?
Yes.
When you open a new file, usually you will have 2 levels. You will have 2 level 1 and level 2. This is default template. No, in the default template, the Autodesk company has 2 levels, which is level 1 and level 2. And the level 1 and level 2 height will be from 0 to 4,000. This is a default level. Okay. But you can customize them. Like say, for example, rather saving a level 1, you want to keep like ground floor. You can type it as ground floor. How to edit that? You will select it and click on the label again. You will type it as what? Ground floor. So you can say yes for this one. This meaning that it's gonna change you to the corresponding views. Corresponding view, this is the corresponding view. Level 1 will be replaced as what? Is ground floor. And this level 1 will be replaced as a ground floor. If you say yes. Say yes and see. Now is all of them is ground floor. Say this is gonna have it like mezzanine floor. So you can type it as what? Mezzanine. So it is mezzanine floor. Mezzanine floor. See? It's a mezzanine floor. Now say yes. So this is mezzanine floor. So ground floor and mezzanine floor, you have it. And this mezzanine floor, say you want to have it like 5,000, type it as 5,000. So the elevation of the mezzanine floor from ground floor to the mezzanine is 5,000. After that, you're gonna add level 1 and level 2, no problem. You can take your level icon here. You can start creating levels from here. Bring your cursor and place your levels here like that. See that it's saying level 1, level 6. No problem.